Hello and welcome to Little Blue Star. I'm Jane Allen and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today's card, again using these colours, they look really cute together. So I've got Shaded Spruce, Granny Apple Green and Fresh Freesia. And this one I'm using the Stitched Greenery die, which is gorgeous. I am in love with this die. It is so nice. You can create some lovely backgrounds with that really easily. So first of all, base card of Granny Apple Green. I showed you this before, but normal card in the UK, that shape. So lengthways, I would then score at 4 1/8. That's how I do it. Turn around and cut at 5 3/4, and then you've got 2. You need to cut the other one at 5 3/4, and you get 2 from one piece of card. So that's my base card. And then I've gone with Shaded Spruce and I've cut that a 1/4 inch smaller, so 5 1/2 and then 3 7/8. And then for my Stitched Greenery I've got basic white, and look at that detail, it's gorgeous. I've gone just 1/8 smaller. So it is 3 3/4 and 5 3/8. But yeah, you just go a 1/4 inch smaller each side, and then an 1/8 inch smaller than that, and you get that nice little border around there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and glue that first onto there, I think. So Tombow, I just squeeze very gently and you get a nice thin line come out, because you don't need too much at all. And then I'm just going to glue that onto my Shaded Spruce piece, and then obviously I'll glue that down to my base card, but it depends on your style of card. So this is the open weave ribbon in Fresh Freesia. So if you wanted to, you could put that round there and have a straight piece of ribbon before you put your piece on there. So if you wanted to do that, you'd obviously do that now before gluing that. You stick it to the back like so. I'm going to do exactly what I've done there, so I'm just going to glue that onto my base card now. But if you did want the ribbon wrapped round, obviously wrap that round before you stick it on, and you get a nice neat edge, because it just tucks the ends behind then, doesn't it? And that is my base. And then what I'm going to do then is grab a piece of Fresh Freesia. I've got some pieces in my envelope here, so I've gone ahead and I've die cut. What I've done here is I've die cut my what am I saying? Die cut the pieces already. So I've gone ahead and die cut in Shaded Spruce and in Granny Apple Green. Now what I wanted to do was have the Shaded Spruce border and have the Granny Apple Green leaves, and then obviously a nice purple flower, a Fresh Freesia flower. So what I'm going to do now is try and come a bit closer and then see where the border is. Oh no, that's too dark. There. So go where the border is and just snip, and hopefully you'll see. My lighting's not the best today. And then I'm just going to go around every place where the border is. Just line up your scissors against that border and you get a nice edge. And then again in there. Okay, so then what you're left with is that. Okay, now what you can do is you could use that for another project if you wanted to, chuck it away if you want to. I just want the leaves, and I'm going to pop it onto my Shaded Spruce and literally just glue that on top. Okay, so that's what I want to do. with this one, I just offset the square behind, so I'll do that again on that, but that's, I mean, you don't have to do that, you can get rid or whatever. And then this one is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. It's just fresh freesia, so you just get a nice border around the outside, and then that's going to go into there. So if you want to have your granny apple green little square sort of offset, I just don't like wasting stuff, so I used it there. And again, when you're doing a tiny little intricate piece, I tend to use the glue in little dots, and then you don't get so much smudging everywhere. As I say, I'm just going to offset that, just check it's in the right place before I press it completely down. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's my granny apple green, and that's just the sort of the wastage that I didn't want really, but waste not, want not, and then I like using everything really, so you don't have to. As I said, you could just throw that bit away if you want, or use it for something else. But there we go, and then there's my actual border, which I wanted. So I wanted that dark shaded spruce, and then what I'm going to do is just glue this part onto the middle, and it will just it'll just line up, because obviously you've just cut it where it matched the border. So you just line it up with your border, hopefully you can see that, and it just matches where the border was, just because I wanted that lighter green for my leaves. So you can mix and match with this set. I've gone ahead and I've die cut, so in your bundle you get, oops, the 4 main die pieces, and then you get these parts that you can obviously embellish and pop on top. So the little ones obviously will go on there, that one onto there, that flower there, and like the tulipy type ones onto there, and just make it pop so you can have different elements you know, standing out. So that's what I've done. I've die cut my fresh freesia from DSP, and then you have to sort of wiggle your flower around, because sometimes it doesn't quite line up, so just wiggle it, turn it round until you get the correct, there's probably a better way of doing it, but there we go. And then you'll realise when it sort of matches, that's where it goes, and then I will just glue that on. Oh, I turned it round again. Oops, I think I twisted it. There we go. You'll get what I mean, because you'll just twist it until it lines up. So there we go. Can you see it's lined up properly? And there we go. That's our little die cut piece with different elements. So using 3 different colours and building it up. I did pop a pearl in the middle, so I'm just going to, I kept it in this envelope, so I'm just going to tip those out if they're coming out. No, they're not. Come on. There we go. And I've got these little tiny flowers as well. So I've got a pearl right there, and they are from the pastel pearls, which I've used before, and that's going to go in the middle of my flower there. So I'm just going to peel that off and stick it in the middle. Oh, if it's going to stick, which it doesn't look like it's going to, it's stuck to my fingers instead. There we go. And you get a nice pearl in the middle. Now, as I said, you could have had it, the ribbon, you could have had the ribbon going across and around, and then you would stick that in the middle if you want it. You could stick it there behind, but with that one I've sort of gone woo 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 technical term, and I just want to make sure it sticks to the back, so I'm just going to grab my Stampin' Seal and just run that round the outside, or you could use tear and tape if you've got tear and tape, but I just want it to stick to my ribbon at the back, and I just find that's easier, so I just want it to go in sort of a zigzaggy pattern, so roughly there, turn it round, go back again, do another little loop like that, and the best thing is you can sort of rearrange it where you want it, so when you're happy, roughly like that, snip the end off. Oh, this is a blunt, lovely. And then it's ready to go. Now, it doesn't matter about the back because you're not going to see that, but I'm going to pop mine up with it dimensional, so just go all over. I normally go where the ribbon is. And then one in the middle as well, just there. And then just peel those off. Always get glue on my fingers so everything sticks to me, and then wherever you want that to go, so roughly there. Happy with that. Cute. Right, and then obviously I've just popped these. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? They are loose flower flourishes in a little tub, and you get polished pink, pale papaya and fresh freesia, and they're just gorgeous little tiny flowers, which I love. And then I tend to pop a little tiny dot of glue where I want them, because you don't obviously need much at all. Hopefully you can see tiny little dots of glue, and be careful when you pick them up so they don't ping everywhere. And then pop those down. Obviously you could use a glue dot, I suppose. That's probably easier. But I've done the glue now. So a little dot of glue, or a glue dot maybe easier. But again, I haven't put a sentiment on. You could use a sentiment if you wish, but sometimes I just like a few without sentiment, so you've just got a nice blank card that you can use for anything, and it's in your stash ready to go. Hope you like that today. Oh, let me just show you this one quickly. So this one I did portrait style, the ribbon going across, obviously that's all the same, and then obviously that one I just added a sentiment down the bottom, so that's sort of portrait style. Okay, thanks for joining me today. I hope you like that, and I will see you again soon. Please press like and subscribe if you want to. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye.